Home sales activity in Metro Vancouver finished 2021 on a record high. And as we start the new year, we're faced with a new record, which is the lowest inventory levels we've seen in over 30 years. I'm Adina Dragasanu.
And I'm Deidre Weinstein from OAKWYN Realty.
And we're here with your January 2022 market update. Let's take a quick look at where we finished the year off in 2021 and what are the trends that we're seeing emerge as this year starts. Let's start off looking at sales. Residential home sales in 2021 were up 42% over 2020, and they were up 33.5% relative to our 10-year sales average.
Homes have been a focus for residents throughout the pandemic for several factors. Continued low interest rates, increased household savings due to less travel, more flexible work arrangements, and the continued climb of house prices. Additionally, BC had the highest net interprovincial migration in Canada.
Yeah. However, throughout 2021, we saw that sellers weren't as active as buyers were. And when we look at total listing activity, listings were up only 11% relative to the 10-year sales average. One of the biggest trends we've seen that has constrained supply is that a lot of our clients who currently own properties and want to move up in the market are hesitant to sell because they can't find the inventory of homes to purchase.
As a result, we're seeing a lot of sellers sitting on the sidelines.
Yeah.
We begin 2022 with just over 5,000 listings. That's significantly less than the beginning of 2021, which had 8,500 listings.
So it's down about 40% relative to last year, but if we look at it from a broader perspective, we see it's the lowest total inventory levels we've seen in January in over 30 years. And this imbalance between supply and demand is what's really driven up prices over the last year. Looking at the HPI composite benchmark price for all residential property types, it finished the year off at $1,230,000. This is up 17% over the previous year.
Both detached home and townhome benchmark prices increased 22%. Apartments increased 12.8%.
Looking at how this spread out over the different regions in Metro Vancouver, we see Maple Ridge saw the highest increase in benchmark prices at almost 35%, followed by Pitt Meadows at 30% and Whistler at 28%. One of the trends we continue to see play out in the last few months of 2021 is a shift in buyer preferences. And we actually saw double-digit decreases in sales activity for both detached homes and townhomes, and a return back to the condo market for many buyers.
There are a few reasons for this. What we've seen is a lack of supply, a decrease in affordability, and an increase migration to urban centers.
With our clients over the last few months, we did start seeing people having a preference to return back to more urban environments like downtown, Fairview, and Olympic Village. We found at the beginning of the pandemic, a lot of people sold their condos and moved out to the valley. And with restrictions opening up, people wanted to be close to amenities again. Also, employers have started requiring their employees to come back to work, and people wanting shorter commutes. I do think that's a trend that we'll continue to see play out in 2022. One of the most important indicators to watch in the market is the sales to active listings ratio. As you know, this ratio measures the total number of sales in a given month over the total active listings left over at the end of the month. The reason this is important is because it shows us the balance between supply and demand, and it's a leading indicator showing us whether prices are on their way up or down. And December finished off the month at 51%. This essentially means we have about 2 months of inventory on the market. Generally, in a healthy market, we want to see at least 5 months of inventory. Anytime it's less than 5, we start seeing upward pressure on prices. So where things are at currently, unless we start seeing a lot of inventory coming on in the early part of 2021, it looks like we're going to continue to see upward pressure on prices as we move into the new year.
By property type, the ratio is 35% for detached homes, 76% for townhomes, and 61% for apartments. Moving into 2022, we're not expecting to see a significant increase in listings.
And unless inventory picks up, it's very likely that we're going to continue to see price gains throughout the year.
Hopefully at a more moderate pace than last year. So what does this mean for you? If you're a homeowner and you're thinking of selling, this is a great time. If you're a buyer,
for buyers, 2022 will likely continue to be as tough, or if not even more tough than 2021. With limited inventory and upward pressure on prices, we're likely going to continue seeing increased competition for properties. So that means if you're thinking of buying, make sure you're working with a great mortgage broker or mortgage rep, and make sure you have an inspector lined up and you have an agent who's experienced in the market and knows how to help you stand out from the competition when you're competing against other buyers. So like Deidre said, if you're selling, 2022 will be a great time to sell, especially in this first quarter as we've seen with very low inventory. What's critical for sellers though is that you're working with an agent who can not only help you sell your home for the highest price, but can help you create a strategy for selling and buying, or whether that's moving up in the market or downsizing, so that everything lines up and you mitigate your risk of selling and not having a home to move into. And creating that strategy is actually one of our favorite things to do with our clients.
So if you know of anyone looking to move up or down in this market, have them get in touch.
If you're watching this on Instagram, you could simply click the link in our bio and schedule a call with us. That's it for now. To stay tuned on what's happening in the market, make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube and follow us on Instagram.
Wishing you a very happy new year, and we look forward to seeing you in February.